chapter 2, verse 14. Hos edoken haoton, huper, hemon, hina, latrosetai, hemas, apa, pases, anomias, kai, katharese, haoto, laon, periusian, zelotain, kalon, ergon. All right, starting with reading Nasby and their translation. Who gave himself for us to redeem us from every lawless deed and to purify for himself a people for his own possession, zealous for good works. So right off the bat, we're starting with a pronoun, which is reminding us of what's above, and in this case, that is Jesus Christ is the immediate referent right above at the end of verse 13. So we have Jesu Christu being the referent to the pronoun here. So who gave, what did he give? When you have the verb that expects a direct object, a thing given, what did he give us? He gave haoton. Here we have the reflexive pronoun, third person accusative, and indeed it is in the accusative case, so it is functioning in the direct object slot. So it's the direct object of the verb edoken here. He gave himself for us. The way that Nasby renders this is for us, simple there, but again, huper is one of those conjunctions that is loaded with various significances, but just the idea of in behalf of or in the place of, on behalf of. In order that, hina, so we have the purpose giving us the reason. Why did Jesus Christ give himself? Why did he make that sacrifice? Well, we have the verb here, and it is an subjunctive, so that pairs well with the hina clause that lets you know that, okay, we're dealing with a purpose clause because of the subjunctive. In order that he might, what is this word? What does it mean? The quick gloss is to redeem. If you look at it further here, there's DBL gives a sense of to liberate or to redeem, to free someone by paying a ransom price. So he gave himself, and his life was the price to redeem or to purchase something. The thing purchased here is us. So he redeemed us. What did he rescue us or ransom us from? Again, this idea of lutrose tai here has the idea of liberating or paying the price to purchase out of something. And this, apa, is telling us what he redeemed us from. What were we purchased from? What were we rescued from? So apa, again, because those prepositions can have such a wide range. You can see there's 10 entries in the Dictionary of Biblical Languages. SBL puts forward 89.122 as a likely option. If you look at 89.122 to confirm that makes sense, the first one, from, a marker of separation or dislocation, works for me. Rather simple rendering, but from something. So he's purchased us, he's ransomed us from, out of, all, again, that same word that showed up in verse 11, anomias, the same place we get our English word antinomianism, anti-lawfulness. So anomias simply just means lawlessness, wickedness. There's not many times it's used. I think it's about 10 times it's used in the New Testament, and DBL has cited all of them here. So he's redeemed us from all unlawlessness, all ungodliness or lawlessness, and katharises. So here we have another verb, aorist active subjunctive. So the first one is right here. So as far as we're thinking about the purpose, in order to redeem us, that's number one. also to cleanse us. So there's two purposes for which Christ gave himself for us. He gave himself to redeem us from all lawlessness and to purify. To himself, so interestingly, he gave himself, and now he's purifying to himself. Laon, here we have the accusative. So what is being purified? Direct object. Laon, purifying a people. Laon. And then this periousion, the idea of one's own possession, so his very own people. It's an adjective here. So purify to himself, you could kind of have the indirect object idea here. Purifying to himself a people for his own possession. And again, this is likely kind of functioning in apposition, this following part. A people, telling us more about this people here. A people who are zelon. Here we have a noun, zelotain. This is the word zealous, from where we get our word zealot. You can even hear it within the pronunciation. But this idea of an enthusiast or an adherent or a zealot. DBL also lists nationalist as a potential gloss based on context, and here would be the actual zealots as a group, distinguished group in that region in that time, time of Christ in Israel. But here we have likely, I would fully agree with the tagging, that this would be enthusiast or a zealot. So one who is enthusiastic. So that he might purify for himself a people, that is, in apposition here, because we have another accusative noun, performing the same function in the sentence, same number. This is likely in apposition. So that he might purify for himself a people for his own possession, and that he might purify for himself zealots. What kind of zealots, though? Are we supposed to just be fired up for social action? Well, not exactly. Here we have zealots of works. What kind of works? Good works. So people that are zealous, fired up for doing what is good, doing what is right. So that's who Christ came to save. He came to purify for himself a people for his own possession, but he also came to redeem us from all lawlessness. And you can see even in this, as I just clear out some of this, that there is such a clear contrast between where we're supposed to be zealous for good works as opposed to where we were living in all lawlessness. These things are directly in contrast to one another. So he's redeemed us from the one and to the other. So that is Titus chapter 2, verse 14.